everyone, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another movie review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new 2021 Frank Herbert's Dune. So let's talk about this film. Okay, so Dune, yeah. Okay, a little bit of history about me and this sort of franchise. Now, I've never read the books. I've only ever seen the movie Dune once. And I was a young lad, knee-high to a grasshopper. I was off school. I was sick. I was really sick. I remember laying out in the front room on the sofa, under a cover, and my dad was watching it. And I was bored. I can't tell you how bored I was, how bad this film was to me. Now, bear in mind that I was young. I was a young child, probably younger than what this film is obviously made for. But I've never felt the need to go and revisit it. I haven't wanted to revisit it. I've not seen the TV series or TV miniseries that they've done with it. I've had no interest whatsoever. Now, with this film now, I've steered clear of all marketing material because of a lack of interest. You know, it's one of those films that's just, okay, they're making a Dune film, and, you know, that sort of a thing. I've not listened to anyone's reviews, so I'm going into this blind. I've watched the film, I've not, you know, the cast has intrigued me, and the director's intrigued me. But other than that, you know, like I said, I haven't listened to no one's review, so I'm not giving a biased opinion in any way whatsoever. I'm going to give you my opinion, my thoughts on this film after seeing it. Now, the film is rated 12A and runs for a lengthy 2 hours and 35 minutes. Like I already said, it's based on the books by Frank Herbert. The film has a budget of 165 million, so very healthy budget as well. Now, my interest in this film comes in initially in its director, Denis Villeneuve. I'm probably butchering that name. Sorry if I am. Now, in the past, he has directed Sicario. He's directed Arrival, and more recently, Blade Runner 2049. That I love. I think that's a brilliant film. Now, second off is the cast for this film. It's got a magnificent cast. Okay, so in the primary character is Timothée Chalamet as Paul Atreides. Again, I'm probably butchering these names. Don't criticise me if I am. I don't know who he is. I recognise the face, but I don't know if I've seen him in anything. Rebecca Ferguson as Lady Jessica Atreides. Oscar Isaac, as we know from Star Wars and the X-Men and all other wealth of stuff, as Duke Atreides. Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Duncan Idaho. Stellan Skarsgård as Baron Harkonnen. Josh Brolin as Gurney Halleck. Javier Bardem as Stiller. Dave Bautista. And Zendaya. Okay, yeah, so very intriguing cast there. A lot of new up-and-coming talent, big actors, this sort of thing, yeah. Now, the musical score, composed by Hans Zimmer. Cinematography in the film is done by Greg Fraser, who is currently, or has previously worked on recently, The Batman, yet to be seen. He's doing Dune Part 2. He's done 3 episodes of The Mandalorian. He was the cinematographer on Rogue One and Zero Dark 30. So he's got quite a healthy pedigree as well. So obviously the story follows Timothée Chalamet's character. He's a young, well-to-do individual with an aspiring future who goes to this planet, this desert planet, where they're harvesting this stuff called spice. Yeah, he's having these dreams and this sort of thing, these visions, shall we say. While there, the planet is attacked. Yeah, people are fighting over this spice. You've got inhabitants of the planet. You've got giant worms on the planet. I don't really want to go too much into the story, beat for beat, or anything like this. because I'm going to spoil the film. The film is shot wonderfully. This film is beautifully shot, and this is where the director's talent comes in. Much like Blade Runner 2049, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of callbacks to Blade Runner 2049. This film is a visual treat. This film, every penny is on the screen. First off, I must say, everything feels visceral, everything feels real. I'm watching the film and I'm wondering how much actually is real in camera and how much isn't. That's how good the effects are. I'm expecting most of it to be done in front of a green screen, if in all honesty. But you cannot tell. The film is paced slowly. Don't get me wrong. It's paced slowly, but it's just a joy to watch. Every single scene feels like art up there on the screen. It feels like I'm looking at something that's just been thought about, that's been designed, that's been, you know, wonderfully shot. The lighting, the colours, the use of wind machines. It's a fabulous film. 235 minutes fly by. It's not a boring film. It's a very slow film, a slow paced film. Don't get me wrong, like the original Dune, and this may put a lot of people off, but it's a wonderfully crafted film. It spends time with its characters. It spends time you getting to know these characters, living with these characters, understanding what they're about, understanding their emotions, understanding their relationships, all this sort of thing. Now, there are action set pieces, obviously, but this film isn't structured like a standard film is. It's not like your first, second and third act of a film. This is a chapter one of a film series. Now, like I said, the film runs at 235 minutes. And for me, that I watched, it flew by. It flew by, essentially. The film ended. It just ended, right? Let's just say it just ended. And I came away like, wow, I want more. I need more. I feel like I have read a book up to a certain chapter and closed on that chapter. That's how watching this film is. It's not done like, it isn't a solo film. This isn't a film you can say, okay, I'm going to watch chapter 1 of Dune. Yeah, and that's it. You know, it's not given, like say Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings, each film is its own film for the most part. And you can go and watch one of the films and get something out of it with a beginning, middle and end. This film isn't structured like that. It kind of closes up on a point where I was very surprised. I was taken aback. And I was rather shocked. Shocked that 235 minutes had gone by, and shocked that it didn't feel like a concluding point for a film, so to speak. Now, the cast, like I said, are fantastic, and this is why I didn't want to go into beat for beat story, because you're introduced to characters that don't make it through the film. You're introduced to characters, you know, major actors that are on the poster and that are in minuscule roles, but they will be in the sequels and their roles will be massively beefed up. You got this sort of thing going on with the film. Now, Hans Zimmer's as a composer, the film has got a fantastic score and sound. It's much like Blade Runner, again, much like Blade Runner in its sound, and the score is fantastic. And there's these, this film it definitely benefits from like a wonderful sound system. It's one of those films that when watching, you know, you think that when I watch this on home video, I need a magnificent sound system for this film. Now, I'm not massive on sound, don't get me wrong. I just, you know, at home I just watch films through TV and through a sound bar. That's it. I've not got a surround sound system or anything like this. When I watch Blade Runner 2049, I think to myself, it's the only film that makes me think I need to update my sound system. This film is going to do the same for me. It's, you know, what Denis Villeneuve has done on this film is very much like Blade Runner. If you liked Blade Runner for its visuals, for its pacing, this sort of thing, then you're going to be into this film. because it plays very much like that. So the set design in the film, again, is fantastic. It looks stunning, it looks beautiful. Costume design, you know, I can't see this film not being nominated for some awards in these sort of categories. It is brilliant. So I stepped away from Hans Zimmer. I was talking about Hans Zimmer. His score is beautiful in the film. He's a magnificent composer, you know, and one of the best in Hollywood at the moment. So yeah, this, you know, I can't really say much more about the film. I'm singing its praises, and it's a fantastic film. You know, I never thought that I would have gone into this film and liked it as much as I do, considering my history with Dune, and how boring. Now, I've got no interest in revisiting the original after seeing this. You know, I'm going to take this film as my Dune film, primarily for the director. You know, he's fantastic. You know, at the moment, I'd say he's one of my favourite directors. He really knows what he's doing. He knows how to craft a film. He knows how to craft a scene. You know, it's a beautifully shot movie. This film is a big thumbs up for me, and it'll probably stand out as being one of my favourite movies of the year. It certainly is thus far. Saying that, the year's nearly over. I was blown away. It's fantastic movie that I would highly recommend to anyone to see. But if a slow-paced film isn't your thing, then it's not going to work for you. Now, I have a lot of issues with the pacing of films that are made today, in that they are made too fast, too quick. You know, the pacing within the film is too quick, too fast. You don't get enough character set up, you don't get enough story. This film gives you all of that. So in conclusion, you need to see this film. It needs to be seen on the big screen, obviously. It will, I won't say it will lose some stuff when it comes to home cinema, but what I'm saying is that to get full appreciation of everything, this is a big screen movie. It certainly is. So yeah, very pleased with this. Can't wait for the second part. Now, if this film wasn't to continue, there would be an issue, because, like I said, this film ends at a point where it's not the ending of a film. So if it happened to massively flop, and they decide to pull the plug on a sequel, you're left with a film that's redundant, essentially. You have to go into this knowing that you're going to be seeing other chapters, essentially. So anyway, this is AJ. Fantastic film, really enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Now, what I'm going to go and do is I'm going to go and watch some other reviews and see what other people have thought about this film. Because like I said, I've gone in completely blind. I've not listened to any reviews of anyone. You know, not that I'm not interested, I am interested, but I like giving you my thoughts on a film without any bias whatsoever, without any influenced by anyone else. Not that I am influenced. Then you get an honest review, and I'm giving you an honest review of my honest thoughts on this film, and that's it. Anyway, if you enjoyed that review, please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Come and help the channel. Leave me a comment, join me on Facebook, all this sort of stuff. You know all the stuff I'm going to say, everyone does. Anyway, this is AJ, I'm getting away, and see you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.